So yeah, I'm doing this video. Hi, it's my hand. It's healing pretty well. But I'm doing this video because everybody has. It is now upon the 7th month of my journey of recovery from my accident, and two, I want to tell my side of the story because these stories are hilarious. But my story is the real story. Well, if he talks to the guy, he might have a story. But anywho, yes, I was in an accident. I was in a car accident on December 13th of 2018. And basically I was living at my apartment, and a car, he fell asleep at the wheel, and he was coming towards me, and he hit me head on. He veered into my lane and hit me head on. And I was immediately airlifted to Grady Hospital. I had to be cut out the car. I broke both my arms. Both my wrists. It's like my little mark. My arm right here. And both my legs. That's my leg. Excuse me, because I don't have underwear on. I don't like clothes. Anyway. And my knee right here. And then I kind of have to be like a little nude to really show out my scars. But yeah, so I was airlifted, and I broke both my arms and both my legs. That part is true. But the guy that fell asleep at the wheel, I can't really go into details about that, because some people say that he's under the influence. Some people were saying that he was sleepy. Some people said that he had a condition or whatever. All I know is it was his fault, okay? I was minding my own business, and I got hit. Which most times, like, I don't know, you see somebody veer, but they might have been looking for their phone or checking for something, and they normally get it. You just don't think, okay, this car is about to hit me. And then when you realize that this car may not stop, you're like, okay, what do I do? I ravine on that side, and so all I remember is look smack, and my instinct came into play. Which that's why I have this scar on my hand to protect the face. To protect my face, I use my hand, and that's why I broke my arm right here, is because I used my hand to stop the airbags. I just kind of went into a fetal position, and my body just kind of like it just went in. Anyway, but yeah, I had to be cut out of my car, and I was immediately airlifted to Grady Hospital. It felt like a dream. To be honest, it really felt like a dream. And between what people were saying was happening and how I felt, it was, time didn't exist where I was at that moment. Where everyone was like, it was 2 hours and this is this. I was just under. Like, it was just peace. It was peaceful. It was, time didn't exist in the space that I was in. Just peace. Just being in peace and oneness and love. Like, it was awesome. But time didn't exist where I was during that time. I was just unconscious. I really didn't come back to consciousness, even my unconsciousness or whatever. I didn't say anything out of the element. My mom can attest to that or whatever, because I was like, Lord, what did I say? And I just asked for certain people that were in my life that I loved or that I knew, But yeah, I was just in my mind for all my sorrows that was there. In my mind, just like did not accept that like all this stuff was going on. Like the doctor, I think right after the doctor, I had surgery or whatever, and the doctor was like, "Well, you and I was, doctor came and saw me from surgery. I was like, okay, doc, give it to me straight. And the doctor, I'm sorry, my mind is like flooding with like memories, so I'm trying to like break it down. But so I was like, doctor, give it to me straight. And I was like, am I gonna walk again? He was like, yes. I was like, am I gonna be able to have babies? And he was like, yes. And I was like, am I gonna be able to squat? He was like, yes. 3 important things, yo, if you know me. So yeah, and he told me, he was like, yeah, you're gonna be fine. And basically told my mom too, a big thing that saved my life is the fact of how I eat. If you hear the train in the background, I live by a train track, you know. Anyway, but yeah, so that happened. But I was just like not. And thank you for everyone that came and saw me when I was ICU, because I was in ICU, which I was supposed to be in there for like a week or 2 weeks, and I was only in there for a couple of days, y'all. But because my mind, like, y'all, my body was, yes, it had this happening and all that kind of stuff, but my mind though was a fortress. Everybody that came and saw me, everybody that talked, no, my mind was a fortress. My mom was constantly around me, and I was just like, even in the emergency room after they wrapped my arm or whatever, as soon as I felt that I could move my arm again, I lifted my arm up immediately, even in the emergency room, before they even done, like, you know, the surgery and stuff. And I was like, this arm is gonna work again. Like, I was just so determined, this became my dominant hand in the hospital. This is the first hand that I started moving, even though I had like this big old thing on it. It was like my dominant hand that was moving. But yeah, my mind, I just like, no. And then like, I didn't, another reason why I'm still small, well, for one thing, I don't eat meat. Shout out to the person that put me on that. That enlightened me on that journey, and I've just stuck to it. But yeah, I don't eat meat. And like, for another thing, I was hurting. So when I'm in, like, some people eat their feelings, I do the opposite. Like, I don't eat. I'm not hungry. I lose weight. And so, and then too, my body's doing a lot. But yeah, a lot of the time when I was at the doctor, I was like, I'm not eating it, and went back to sleep. Like, I was like, I'm not eating it, and went back to sleep. Like, I just, no, not eating it. Just give me some more medicine, whatever. Can I drink some water? I drank a lot of water to the point where they were like, she's flushing everything out. Too much water. Because I wasn't eating, but I was just getting water. But like, my body, I just didn't want to eat. It was in so much, when I'm in so much pain, I'm not thinking about food. I'm thinking about, ow, I'm hurt, my legs and arms is on fire right now. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. It was just aching. Now I still have pain. I have pain every day, but it's more like a muscle pain that which I found out I have a high tolerance for pain for some reason. Whatever. But it felt like a muscle pain, like when you go to the gym and work out hard. So I'm used to that. Like, I'm like, that's all the time. If I'm not feeling pain when I leave the gym, I ain't work out. I need to go back, so I'm kind of used to that pain. Like, that's like, oh, I did something, like that kind of makes me, I kind of like that kind of pain or whatever. That gives me approval, type thing, that stuff is working, stuff is moving, stuff is happening. But because speaking of pain, when I was in ICU, I was there for a couple of days. When I say 3, My mom knows it accurately. Everybody didn't admit my mama know Miss Jones is a mess. She I think it was 3 days, but I was basically taking morphine, and then I was taking morphine. It was between morphine and oxycodone or oxycodone. I don't remember, but oxy, because I don't know the technical term. But yeah, I was taking oxy, and I was taking morphine, like in rotation every 2 hours. So, and I went after I left ICU and they said that I was well enough to be moved to a room. I was like, I don't want to take no more pain medicine. Like, I just was like, I'm done with that. No more pain. I was like, let me just see how I can do without it. And my body went into a fever. But it was so cold in a hospital that it's like the fever that my body was having was also keeping me warm. Like it was in that, like, they were panicking in the hospital, but I was like, I'm cool, because like it's freezing in this hospital. Like, when I tell you I was so cold, everybody that held my hand know it was a popsicle. It was a popsicle because I was cold. So I used that fever. I was like, and I felt like my body was healing itself. Like, in all the places I was burning were the places where I had surgery. And so I was like, I just feel like my body's doing what it needs to do for me to be better. And I don't need no help. Like, don't give me no more of that stuff. Because, like, I would fall out in mid-sentence. And I just don't like that. Like, everybody that came and saw me, I remember them coming to see me, but it was like a dream. It was like, Dad, were you really there? Did you feed me? Like, I don't really remember everybody. But those that came and saw me, like, after, when I was in a room and had a roommate, shout out to Miss Bennett. But when I had a roommate and stuff like that, those people I remember more so, and those moments I more so remember than my ICU moments, because I was and I didn't like falling. I would fall asleep like mid-sentence. Like, everybody came and saw me knew this. But I went from morphine to nothing, to no pain medicine. I just wanted to see. My body went into a fever, and after the fever, I was like pretty cool. I could handle pain for the most part. If it got too unbearable, I would take like a Tylenol. Like, I would take a Tylenol every night. But I literally went from like morphine to like nothing. Like, I was just like, I'm not taking that anymore. And it was just like, okay. They were like, what? Like, you don't even want to like wean yourself off a little bit, take a little oxygen? Like, nope, I don't want to take that. I'm not taking that. Like, the only thing that they had to give me, and that was because I was in a bed all the time, was blood thinners and stuff like that, because of me not moving my body like I normally do. But I started moving my body around in the bed, because if you follow my Instagram and stuff, I did leg lifts and all that kind of stuff. So I was working out in the bed. I was always working out. Like, I was just determined. My mind. I had motivational stuff playing. I didn't have the TV on in my room. I don't watch TV. I didn't watch TV for real. My mind was like so busy, and just, I don't know, going through acceptance of all the stuff that I'm going through and that's happened to me. And people constantly come in and show so much love. Oh my gosh, shout out to my sorors. Oh my God, I love y'all. To my friends, to my mothers, to my work moms, to my adopted moms. Like, I have so many queens, so much love, so much support that I feel. And all my friends, long distance and close, like, y'all are absolutely amazing. I love you guys to the core. Don't you forget it. But yeah, like, I wanted to engage, with the people around me more so than just watching TV. So I just read, and I just decided that I'm not gonna give up on myself, which I decided that in my head throughout, like I said, throughout the process of what was going on. And me, my mom even quoted, she was like, and even in the emergency room, you was like, talk to me, Mom, tell me about something else so I can get my mind off the pain. Like, she's like, my mind was decided that you're gonna be okay. You're gonna make it through, you know. Even after I just had surgery, I was talking about getting a car. I was like, all right, when we gonna stand up? When y'all gonna pick me up so I can stand up so I can go home? Like, I mean, what's up? Like, why is we just sitting here looking? You know, like I was ready to go. And they were like, you gonna have to be in here a couple of days, honey. You broke both your arms and both your legs. I remember how excited I was for when physical therapy started, but I also had broke down and cried when physical therapy was, because it was just really hard to maneuver myself initially. But I just did not quit. I mean, from the baby steps to the leg lifts that you guys saw that watched my story, like those were little journeys, and even like my first little steps around the room, y'all are actually seeing the initial of me walking and stuff like that. Y'all really got raw footage. But yeah, like it's been a journey, and what's old to others is still new to me every single day, because I got metal in my body. Like, I have metal in my body that is not going to be taken out unless it causes me some kind of internal issue or something like that. Which I have a rod in my left thigh. I have a rod and some screws in my left thigh bone, and then I have 2 rails that are in this arm. So I got like 2 cuts on this. I'm trying to show it on this arm. And then I have a rail on this arm too. I don't have anything in my right knee. It's just they just restructured it. Like, I don't have anything in my right knee, on my right leg at all. They just restructured everything. But I have a massive my Mercedes stitch that he gave me. Shout out to my doctor. Anyway, I don't think I'm flashing y'all, but you know, I'm gonna look at this before I post it to make sure that I didn't. But yeah, that is my story. You know, and I'm still in progress. I'm working out every day, even though I'm little, because as my weight, at some point, like my body is still healing. I feel like that's part of the reason why I haven't really gained my weight back, is because my body is still healing it, and it's really still doing a lot. And then too, I'm just not that girl where I'm just like a eater or whatever. Yes, I like pound cake, and my daddy made me some little mini sweet potato pies or whatever. But I eat that in the morning. It's all we eat, but that's a whole nother video. But yeah, I just take it one day at a time, and I'm constantly hurting. I'm hurting right now while I'm making this video. My knee is like, give me. My knee is in pain right now, a lot. But I just endure. I just keep pushing, because I can never give up on me. Like, I'm all I got. I'm always with me. Legit. I'm always with me. And I just decide not to give up on myself. And I tell anybody, you are your number one fan. You are your number one love, critic, everything. So how you perceive things and how you accept things, it's all because of you. So decide to be different. Decide to accept something. Decide to not accept something. Decide that, you know, you're going to accept it, but you're going to make it your own. Like, there's a way to do anything if you really want to do it. So, and and I am Miss Relentless, aka Bad to the Bone, aka Bad to the Bone. I've adopted that name for some reason. So I'm Wonder Woman because I absolutely love Wonder Woman. I really channel that energy a lot with, you know, all that I have going on. And when it's tough days, I'm like, gotta get my Wonder Woman ego going. So, but yeah, I just push and stay positive, and I meditate, and I have a great support system, my family, my friends, all of you guys that check on me or call me or, you know, leave a great, good, or inspiring comment or some kind of positive motivation. All of that helps me. Like, I appreciate it. Cause it is tough. But I keep going. I don't know, I'm gonna keep going nonstop. But all right, it's been too long, and I'm really don't have anything else to say. So, oops. So I will talk to you guys later, and have a blessed day. Stay positive, stay lifted. Do not give up on you. If I can do it, you can do it too. That was one of the biggest things that I asked myself. Yeah, side note, I'm not that. But like, why did this happen to me? Why not did it happen to me? I mean, you know, like, I just showed my stripes, you know, like G status, you know, like some people are like, oh, I can handle this. Well, I am handling it. I'm handling it every day. I'm showing and proving that I can handle everything. It's one thing to do what I did with me always working out and stuff, but it's a whole nother thing to go back and do what I did after breaking both my arms and both my legs. And to constantly have people like, oh, you're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do that. Yes, I can. And you're going to watch me because I'm determined.